So I'm going to make this video tonight to just stand in solidarity with my sister, Leah Bad, who's an artist like me. And when T.S. Madison said those horrible things, I really feel like it's more like TB Madison, which is transgender body, because they are very transphobic and homophobic. And so, like, you're not a transsexual. If you're transgender, how could you be that transphobic? So trans body, because if you're not mentally transitioned, then it makes it, you can understand why you're being like so violent with your tongue, like wishing life threatening things to happen to people, making a mockery and belittling, the surgeries where they've risked their life, like talking under, like being so reckless with your mouth. The only explanation I can see for it is that you have not transitioned up here. You've only physically transitioned. So I feel like you're not a transsexual. You're more like a TB, which is a trans-bodied individual. So TB Madison puts me in the mind of Boss Hog. And for those of you who will probably say that I'm fat shaming by saying Boss Hog, I would like for you to go and watch some of the older episodes of the Dukes of Hazzard, and I want you to become familiar with the character known as Boss Hog. And you will definitely, if you are conscious and seeing things with your third eye, you will definitely see some correlations between TB Madison and Boss Hog. And so with that said, I want to thank Leah Bad for being one of the few younger beings who has not been afraid to speak out against the bullying that has been done by those who are aspiring to be the new gatekeepers in the Black community. And we are not going to be herded and caroused and guided into our prospective spaces by the like of TB Madison. That will work for some of the girls, but the algorithm is not going to push her on all of the girls, and they don't just have to be quiet and take it. TB Madison is eating quite well off of these institutions and has been able to get a 10,000 square foot home. TB Madison should be grateful for all that that person has. Yet that person wants to try to belittle people and to try to capitalize off of people by cracking demeaning and transphobic and exploitive jokes, while hiding behind the guise of pretending to be invested and to care about community. Baby, get your check, get your coin, stop lying though. I want to thank Leah Bad for standing in the gap for me. There are young, there are definitely things that they need to grow past and grow through, and there needs to be grace and not you using your elder tongue to wish life-threatening situations upon this being simply because this person is holding you accountable. I've watched this person talk about you, and they've never wished those things on you. And here you are, the elder. So, child, I'm not even going all into it. All I'm gonna say is, we see you. We see you. And those who choose to support you and those who choose to stand by you while you speak like that, knowing what is said about, Black trans people, the spell that has been cast about us living until we 34 and 35, and for you to try to piggyback off of the colonizer's incantation, off of the oppressor's incantation. We see you. We see you. We see you trying to piggyback off of the narrative that was spearheaded by a white producer that was called out by Angelica Ross, where the girls was getting unalived in closets. R.I.P. Rest in Power Candy on Pose. We see you speaking that over the brown skin girl, and you working with Beyonce talking about I'm black like this and I'm black like that and I'm cozy, but you speaking unaliveness over your brown skin sisters, and you working with Beyonce repping black people. Girl, we see you. We see you, girl. And I don't give a damn how many square feet you got in your house. You are not entitled to be reckless with your tongue. The same way you eat shit to get where you at, you need to have that same respect amongst us. You ain't better than us because you got a little bit more money. You ain't more valuable because you got a little bit more coin. What makes you valuable is how thoughtful you is with those coins. And we see who you're thinking of. We see who back you got. Anyway, I just want to clear that up. Leah Bad didn't start nothing. Leah Bad was one of the few that defended me when I got drugged because I have had the courage to stand up to Goliath. I've had the courage to come with my slingshot and swing that at the giant because the truth needs to be heard. We don't all need to be silenced. The same way you have the right to speak on people and to talk about people, so do we all. We all have freedom of speech. And freedom of speech is not defined by how much money you got, how much you invested in the system, how much taxes you pay, how you recognize as a freedom of speech ain't got nothing to do with that. And we're going to shift this. We're going to shift that. Y'all thinking that y'all voices are more valuable and valid because of how invested y'all are in the institutions that are responsible for our oppression. We're going to stop placing y'all value above ours, because when we do things like that, we are saying, hey, I want a master. And those days are over. So get off my little sister Leah bed. Down but down that I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning in Gandhi, Yonko, Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God, Goddess. And if I am, you know you are. Remember to light your candles and acknowledge the ancestors who have come, the ancestors who will come, and the ancestors who are here right now. The ones who have come, the ones who will come, and the ones who are here right now. And when you blow out that candle, be thankful that it's preparing you for times that are now. I love y'all. Bound and round both circle and square, we too speak life, so operations beware, sending healing to those in despair. Elba Bosawa, which means we come in peace, no harm to any. Lelem Lele. Later.